Gonna see a Blooming Marsh here from Gerardo. Playing, yeah, Fear of Missing Out. That's what that one is. That's got some absolutely killer art. If you have not looked at that one, that showcase one is amazing. It's gonna discard a Sulphurous Springs. Get a draw. You'll see a Virtue of Persistence. That's one of my personal favorites in Standard right now. Gain a little bit of life to kill your opponent's creatures. Always good. See Jer with the Braids. Just gonna jam. Offer the trade. All right. All right. Yeah. Because that Fear of Missing Out is going to be an enchantment. Now she can sack that enchantment and then do some way more fun stuff. IO 2-drop. Let me see that manifest. What you got? What's in there? Ooh, Bending and Nowhere to Run. That's right. Gonna take some damage. See what Gerardo's got going on. We know he's another Fear Missing Out in here, as well as a Glissa hanging out in his hand too. Looks like he might be going for Surveil, maybe looking for some answers to this Braids, and then just follow up with either Virtuing it away. Yeah, it looks like he's get that thing out of here. We don't want that here. I want to keep my permanents on the board, please. You don't get a bunch of value for it. And gain a little bit of life. Virtue goes on an adventure. And the manifest token for the manifest dread. Just me riding solo. Got your drawn here. Play the new Verge. And an Urbrass Forge. One of the boogeyman right now. Gonna make tokens and hit for a bunch of damage later on. Just gonna get in for 3 here. It's like, yeah, can't block it. And we're gonna follow up with another Mage. That's definitely a good one to hit with your with your Manifest Dread too, because it doesn't enter the battlefield with the token. Yeah, so just kill off that token because it's gonna die anyway. Ooh. Alright, a Molten Collapse here. That's a pretty good one for him to have here. Needs to be able to trigger so we can get both of them, though. You can do that with a Fear of Missing Out. Being able to play Fear of Missing Out, discarding a permanent. It's got multiple in there. Yeah, discard a land. No, Monster Dread Knight. Now we'll be able to Molten Collapse the creature plus the mage, which isn't too bad. I was just gonna go with Dread Knight. Okay. Also a big fan of Dread Knight. I play green-black in Standard normally, so I'm very partial to that Monster Dread Knight. It is a solid creature. 3/2 trample for 2, and then when it dies, you just get to draw a card off of it. Like, don't mind if I do. Let's see what Jer wants to do here. Looks like she got... It's gonna start off with combat. When in doubt, turn some guys sideways. The jam just with a mage. It's going to offer the trade with the Dite. It's going to trigger. You're going to see another one of these. Get some more cards. Nice and refilling. See if we got any action here. Actually, no, some wins. Looks like a Torch Tower. That's what I saw. Clock Percussionist. Always a fun one, too. Copperline Gorge draw, looks like. Also, Glissa here is pretty brutal. An always cool thing about Glissa is you could just remove the counters from the Urbrass Forge, so they just always have a 1/1. If you just want to start getting in there, trading off with creatures that actually matter. Oh, you know, she does have first strike. You just leave her back as a block and just block that token all day. Just gonna destroy and manifest. See what it was. Was it a creature? Nope, it was an Urbrass Forge. Not flipping that up anytime. They're still sitting on a few lands here. It's gonna go Gorge. Both players not really sitting on a bunch of action right here. It's gonna get in there and hit that Delirium. It's gonna block. Draw a card. What is it? It's a swamp. We'll play a swamp next turn. You're gonna go in again, and we're just gonna torch it. Boop. Sacrificing this. Get an exile too. Not too relevant since there's already one in the yard, but that's all right. Alright, just going to use that Mosswood Red Knight. Make sure it doesn't go away. You're only doing that next turn, so you want to make sure you use it and don't forget about it. Very good part of being able to just do it over and over again. Keep that bad boy recurring. Yeah, that's like Alright. Viper into the... Ooh. It's going to start hitting pretty hard. Viper not triggering the ETB. A bunch of damage here. Is this going to suck? Not really looking good for Gerardo here. Needs to draw a little bit of action to recover. Sitting on, looks like a Go for the Throat. I think it's a Lord of the Rings version. Yeah, I'm going to do Glissa. Glissa's definitely a good one. Then leave open that Go for the Throat to be able to get rid of that Viper. Yeah, it's going to get rid of it now. No chance for any instant speed shenanigans. Jerson looks like a pretty decent grip. Alright, we're going to start off with a dress. It's a Gix. Not doing much with that. Here, we have some sort of removal spell for Glissa. Go to 4. Making a 4/1 that gets very easily stopped by that. Ooh, alright. Let's take a look, clearing the way. Have to discard. So next turn you'll be able to afford sacrificing creatures because you have the Dread Knight. Or second land. Or, ooh, oh, okay. Ooh. It's very tempting. It's always tempting to just sacrifice land. Who needs it? Got cooking with here. What are we thinking? There's got to have something good, right? Those are debating always with Glissas. Do I attack here, or do I just leave it up for blocks? He's going to start off with just getting his Dread Knight back. Ooh, and just passing. Getting it untapped with the Viper always feels really good. Being able to get another attack in with it. That's another Duress. Ooh, that's also a good one. Right, and then make a big dude. And then jam? Starved of resources here. Has to block both, plus still has to sack 2 permanents to take him off of Aquazot. Okay, it's not even not even wanting to continue. It's like, okay, we're done here. We're done. Not feeling it. We don't have deck lists for this, unfortunately. But I mean, I'm sure. Hopefully, you're looking for Jarda. I would love to see some comeback wrongs coming from him. Whew. Let me see. It's like a throwback, Terra Sunder. So throwback and Terra Sunder. There are some of those pesky enchantments hanging around. Was a nice clean answer for any of her creatures with just playing the kicker and just getting anything. He'll be cutting Lily, yeah, not too good. A bunch of little creatures. The Bonehold Dracosaur in there. Cutting Sheldred. Got some creatures in there. Cut downs. Yeah, most of our creatures are too big for cut downs. And leaving your Lily on the end. Got one main, one side here. Chair very quickly sideboarding. Didn't even have a chance to see what she was thinking about, what she was bringing in, what she was taking out. It's ready and ruined to go. All right, ready to go. I guess always the question is it for these types of decks, with especially with Gerardo's type of deck, is do you leave Duresses in? Do you want to dress them on turn 1 and get the removal spell, but then also make their Delirium better? It's always kind of a very difficult choice. I mean, clearing the way for your creature selves, but, you know, she can just get a critical mass where it doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Gerardo's going to be on the play here. See if we can get a peek-see. Be able to see Gerardo's hand pretty well. Gerardo's not so much. Let's see. Echozots, Dread Knight, Terra Sunder. Looks like a Copperline Gorge. Go for the throw to shelter it in a swamp. So got all the colors. It's not too bad. Have the option of being able to draw a card on turn 2 with the Dread Knight. Cool. Keep in here. Jer. Start off with a swamp. And then a mage. Alright, cool. So starting off same as last time. See if we have a follow-up for it. And do a Terra Sunder. Second Terra Sunder. That's like, do I play my 3-2 now so I don't take a bunch of damage? Ooh, okay. Just gonna pass. You leave open the Go for the Throat. Percussionist. Gonna jam for 2. Yeah, just gonna go for the throat, that bad boy now. It's like, alright. Take 1. And then a freebooter. Alright, making some treasure. So let's see. Get Terrace into the percussionist and it doesn't get the. Ooh, Bloom March, right on time. Love to see those check lands right on time on turn 3. No 3 drops though, which is always kind of unfortunate. Means it doesn't matter too much. Would have rather just have one of the other tap lands. If it's on any surveil lands or not. Alright, just gonna jam the Dread Knight. Maybe save some damage here. Maybe not a 3rd land. I definitely see an Urbrask's Forge hanging out in Jer's hand, but So you're gonna go for finality. Ooh, okay. Exile it. Not getting that one back. Not from exile. That's treasure. We're just gonna go land forage here. You got third land? Nope, not the third land. Just leaving up nowhere to run. Ooh, and a virtue. Not another land though. It's gonna pass Rooney. So both players kind of struggling on their lands here. It's gonna go for this. Terrace under the Percussionist. No, you don't get to draw 3 cards. It's like, oh man, I wanted that. All right, still just hanging out. All right. There's a mortuary. It's going a little late. All right, it's third land. So is the treasure, though. Let me go with the forge. Probably going to be swiftly taken out by this Terrace under. Yep. Then just a good old pass Rooney. Let's see, is sheltered here unless we get a land draw. This is a Glissa. I think sheltered's probably still better here. Use the most. Yeah. Sheltered, still terrorizing formats. And I think if I do. Now, I mean, Jer can 2-for-1 herself here, which feels pretty bad. I mean, you can know where to run her, plus torch her away. But do you really want to do that? That feels kind of bad. Let's see, she might be doing that. Get some damage. Manifest Dread. Let's see. And I'm just gonna know where to run her. Yeah. Alright, so it's gonna do both. Get her exiled. That is gonna be exiled. It's very relevant since he's playing Delirium. It's just sitting on. Got a Fear missing out here. Can still play 2/2 drops, which is nice with a Virtue. Ideally, a land there would have been great, being able to drop Aclazotz, but yeah, we're gonna see a Fear. Maybe discarding Aclazotz? Always feels bad though, because if you draw a land here, then you don't get to play Glissa. Okay, so then you'll be able to do that next turn. Just gonna Virtue away the Manifest. See what it was. Was it a creature? Nope, it was not a creature. Play land and pass the turn. A Percussionist. And then a Booter. This Aclazot's definitely gonna hurt. Also, Dread 2. Yeah. Alright. So it's a pretty big swing here. We're drawing a Magic the Gathering card. Whatever it may be. Show us your secrets. It's gonna jam. Ooh. Presented. I mean, you just gotta take damage here, right? Like, there's no point in blocking. You're about to gain 4 next turn. It's very difficult to race in Aclazotz. Oh, he's just gonna block both? Oh no, it's gonna Viper. Attack and then Viper. Looks like taking 2 and then Vipering. I think that card is exiled face up, but he's debating if she wants to concede or not. Axolotls kind of does that. Percussionist. And then get the treasure back. And then now what does Gerardo want to do here? Did he discard? Did he lose 4 life? We don't have sound, so I don't know exactly what happened. Oh, is that a Liliana? That's pretty brutal. Just sack Viper. And he can still Dread Knight this turn too. That ain't too bad. Minus, get rid of that Viper. Get that bad boy out of here. Let's see, Jam. He is not delirious. He only technically has instants because that shelter should be exiled. Yeah, I mean Jam for 6, trigger. Get to draw an extra card. Another fear of missing out. For 8. Pretty big life swing here. Really a life swing for 12 with gaining 4 too. It's gonna draw a card. Silver Springs. Just kind of hold on to that. No, okay. So again, you hold on over for next turn. Discard it to Liliana. In case you draw a big spell. What Jared wants to do here. What is this, a booter? It is a... Okay. Discard it. Yeah, play the Viper here. Gets to scry to... Both on the bottom. Trigger the Viper. I mean, at this point, you can just start sacrificing lands. I feel like, yeah, good enough. I mean, you have a Virtue in exile, which helps out. But, yeah, taking 4 is fine. Draw a land. Yeah, play it, plus Liliana. One of these things is not like the other. It's quite a large board we have, with no cards in hand. Just another remove spell. Yeah. Jam or Virtue. Let's start getting some stuff back next turn. I think that Sheltered being in there is probably long forgotten. Just thinking, do we want to jam? Yeah. At Liliana, we get to keep it around. I mean, since you have the Virtue now, I think totally sacking lands is probably fine. Don't need them anymore. You already have your 7-drop. Yeah, just block it. Like, okay. Very dead. Yep, I'm just gonna scoop it up. Alright, so going to game 3. Presumably, sideboards probably won't change too much. I know if Jer took out the Duresses, maybe wants to leave them in after seeing the Lilianas, because she didn't see those game 1. Dude, I was looking at that stone brain. So I'm looking at it last time too. It's always very tempting to stone brain. It's like, well, I could just get rid of all the problem cards. You just get rid of them all. I don't need any of them. See what Travis thinking about switching up here. Taking out a creature, putting back in the other Liliana. So back up to the at least 2 Liliana. Get rid of the preacher instead. Preacher's going to be on the play here. Let's see if we can see 3 for 3 on those those mages. Playing a 1-mana 1/1 on turn 1. Beautiful. Resetting life totals. Everything's set up. Is it in there? Is it in there? There's a scavenger's talent though. Haven't seen any of those these games. That'll be fun. The card is doing work in many formats, doing a lot of work everywhere. Ooh, we get to start off with Restless Fence tapped. Okay, so no 1-mana 1/1s this game. I'll try to start off with a commercial district. Gonna do some surveilling. No removal spells sitting in Jardo's hand right now, though. He's got like free game here. Let's see, a monkey. Attack for 1. Verge only taps for black currently. Yep, I go for the talent. And then good old Passeruni. There's a removal spell. It does not kill a Clockwork Percussionist, though. You want to live open to go for the throat for something else, or jam Dread Knight? Yeah, just gonna jam a Dread Knight here. Chair will have the option of milling her opponent, but milling your opponent when they're playing Delirium feels pretty bad. Let's see if he wants to go. Let's get a free boot. Let's get a Sacrifice in Exile. Gonna make a food. And a treasure. And scry 1 for the booter. Sacrificing a 1/1 into 10,000 triggers. Seems great. Make a food, make a treasure. Scry 1. Exile your creature. And jam. Percussionist, getting in there. Sounding the drums of war. We're done Llanowar Wastes. We do a Copline Gorge. Preacher, also a very solid creature here. I think a 2/4 is big. And 2 Rottenmouth Vipers. Yeah, she's just going for Viper here. Yeah. This is going to trigger. The Scavenger Challenge is going to trigger. Going to make a food. Oh, and there's Hex Page 2. Just taking 4. I want all my cards. Luckily, he's got to go for the throat. Nice little clean answer for that. Trigger. Make a 1/1. Vampire with lifelink. Ooh, it's got the erasables. Those are handy. It has lifelink. Vampire. It's white. Oh, no doodle? We demand a doodle. Ooh, just have Liliana too. You can go for a Liliana here instead. Yeah. Understandably so. Not looking good here for chair. Black Cleave Cliffs tapped. See mage into... not enough to mage and braids. Mage and Embrasion would be pretty good. It's gonna level it up. Now be on the mill plan. Galissa is also solid here. Just destroy that scavenger's talent. Yep, that's gonna jam. That's just a 1/1. We demand a doodle. Vampire doodle. I mean, I guess it's fitting. It's just white. It's a white vampire. See, those are actually mirrors, and that's why there's no vampire there. It's because you can't see them. Ooh, Gerardus in on goodies. Glissa, go for the throat. If you're missing out, Akazats. World is your oyster. It's gonna go for Akazats here. In a pretty safe spot. Plus. Leyline of the Void. Yeah, it's a little late for that. Drawing a... Hopefully non-land. It's like that's a... I cannot see that card at all. Is that a Forge? It's not helping too much. Definitely gonna braids here. Like, go ahead and step, I guess. Sacrifice this. Sacrifice an enchantment, please. No, okay. No, you for 2. These little minor sacks doing 10,000 things. Just trigger all of Braid's abilities. Plus makes my creature into a 3/2. Plus mill somebody for 2. She's gonna mill herself for 2. Okay. It's an uphill battle here though with an Akazat's in play. Plus still Glissa and go for the throat in hand. Spend myself with this. Fill in that graveyard. We're just gonna see go for throat here first. Followed up by Glissa. I mean, killing blades here first clears up some game. Trigger Akazats. Discarding Forge. It's not Liliana. Okay, keeping Forge. Maybe she's milling, going for that finality. going here. Taking 6, going to 9. And he's gaining 6 and going to 17. Bit of an uphill battle here. Definitely rough. Especially with sitting with 2 very good cards against this deck. Yeah, 1 vampire down. Alright, let's figure out this mana. All these pain lands. Alright, this is Glissa mana. Yeah, only 1 black source is non-pain. Let's see what we got here. It's Black Reefs. That's not particularly good. I'm thinking here. Just gonna jam Forge. Yeah. Not much else to do. Jason on Nada. Not looking good here. Gonna go to make a dude. Like, that's fine. Go for the throw braids. Lose your creature in a turn. Yeah. Yep, and that's gonna be it. Whew. Well, round 1's going to be taken down by Gerardo, which was actually supposed to be Jund mid-range. Some cool Delirium stuff. Still good showing for both players. It looks like we got about 10 minutes left in a round, so hopefully we can get round 2 here pretty quick. Round 2, I'll see if I can get some decks for you guys, what everybody's playing today, as well as how many rounds we'll be doing today. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, hello everybody and welcome back. It was a quick little break there before round two here. We got Dave on the right playing some Azorius tempo. It's a good old blue-white action. We got Kevin on the left playing, also looks like blue-white. It's also some Azorius action, but he's playing the Flash version. Simply going to be flashing some creatures. Not really good if you have a bunch of counter spells. Be able to sneak those creatures in a turn and then have your whole turn to do whatever you want. Got our players shuffling up here. Gonna be a sweet mirror match for these two here, in a way. They'll be both very similar. Alright, we got Kevin, looks like sitting on 2 cards. Gibson on decent amount of lands. Send sleight of hand. Kevin not liking his hand. Gonna ship it. Get out of here. What else got hiding in there? Can't really tell what those cards are. That sleight of hand is very obvious, though. That one's a really cool one. One of the promos from RCQs. Some gorgeous artwork. Last time I saw Dave's deck, he was playing more of a spell slingy monastery mentor deck. So he runs a bunch of ways to get it back into play from his graveyard in case it gets killed. It's like Kevin sitting on Tidebinder. Some lands, keeping that one. Ditching that room. Not sure which room that was. We'll start off with a sleight of hand. Taking a peek. It's like Into the Floodmaw and another blue card. Oh, the Jailbreak Scheme. Okay. You get behind that. Let's see, an island into a Siren. Interesting fact about that card. I drafted a lot of LCI. I didn't see that card a single time in any of my drafts. I didn't even know that card existed until I saw it in Standard. It's like, wow, this card is actually really good. Right, we're going to do Plains. Jam for 1. So I go right. And then now's leaving the mana open. Yeah, check out his options here. Island, another Into the Floodmaw, another Into the Floodmaw. Alright, trashing into the Floodmaw. Alright, so he didn't have the third land then, so taking that land. A Chart of Course. Gonna go with the island here. Leave open. Just looking for a little bit of action here. A lot of dig, not a lot of anything else. We had Adequate Wastes. Jam for 1. He's sitting on an Aven Interrupter, so. And a turn, gonna do some more digging. Island. Chart of Course. Meticulous Archive. Nice, we got another land. Jeez. Binning the Chart of Course. Got one in hand. Yeah, binning Chart of Course. Bottom of the island, taking the archive. John for turn. Another one of those. Okay. Alright, we're going to surveil first. See if we can get a little bit of action going here. Not much he has going on. Need something to start closing out. Otherwise, this this siren is gonna be a 20-turn clock. Alright, so he's gonna interrupt that one. Get a creature on the board, maybe stop a little bit of that digging that he's trying to do. Gonna plot it. Jam for 3. Sitting on double Tidebinder now. Got a Jin. So there's a little bit of action. It's going to be a pretty big Jin here. Unfortunately for Dave, that Jin having a triggered ability is really awkward. Attacking and scrying one and then just losing it. Gonna bend the Jin. Get a bunch of ways to recur it, so looking to save himself some mana. Yeah, it's gonna try to just return it. Sawblade does deal 5 to a tapped creature, so it's a bit awkward. Ouchie! Yeah. Kind of a neat one. Oh, that 3 steps ahead. You need a little bit more mana for that to be a counterspell. Alright, what's gonna go to Kevin's turn? Keep on slamming, and welcome to the jammin'. It's Restless Anchorage and pass. Be able to recommission. It's another recurring. Bad boy's gonna keep coming back. Now we've got 3 steps ahead, man. Be 8 now. A pretty big boy. Are we leaving counterspell mana up, or are we gonna make the graveyard bigger? What was that? Always got 3 steps ahead and a jailbreak scheme. Okay. Play land. Gonna explore. What do we got? The Sawblade. Okay. Gonna get a counter regardless, so I'm just gonna trash it. Don't need it anymore. Oh, it's gonna pass. Yeah. Ooh, another one. Gonna make that boy real big. Yeah. Gonna jam. Jailbreak scheme is gonna be pretty solid here, being able to just counter that Tidebinder, but nope, it's gonna take it. No thanks. Let's save it for something good. Let's see it. Just slide a hand for maybe a little bit more action. Yeah. Get a little bit more action, get a little bit more cards. So again, Into the Floodmon and Archive. Take it into the Floodmaw. It's like, sure, you can have it, dude. And a bunch of counterspells. Like, alright. What Dave thinking here? I mean, pretty much everything in his hand is an instant. I don't see any reason to jam anything. That Jin is definitely hitting a lot harder than anything else. Yeah, it's gonna flash in a Tidebinder. Let's see. 3 steps ahead. Draw some cards. Fable Passage. Not a very good draw for Kevin. Gonna jam. Do a little bit of thinning. Dave's sitting on a bunch of answers. He's got... Kevin wants to close this game out, but they're sitting on a few different ways to clear the board for his Jin here. Mana for days. What are we doing here? I mean, he can Anchorage. He's going to jam with these. The real question is, we get 3 steps ahead here into making a token copy and blocking, and then feeling real good about it. Having 2 creatures that are just about lethal. Yeah. That's what he's feeling. It's like, yup. Here's the token copy. Oh, because it's blue. It is not an actual magic card. Oh, you're just going to take damage and then just go for broke? Lots of counterspells still. Maybe you can just into the Flood Maw, the Siren, and then go in. Both of these creatures got to be lethal at this point, right? It's got to have at least 10 in there. Okay, so start off with this. There's double Meticulous Opulus and an Oculus. I just bin that, take a land. Gonna play here, get an extra spell in there. Oh no, that's the Perch. Oh, that's really cool art. I dig it. Animate the Oculus. Just in case. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jam both. We get some good old activate the anchorage. Be able to block both. It's gonna into the Flood Maw. The Siren. Oh, it's gonna give it the Alright. And then counter unless you pay 2, counter unless you pay 2. And then scoop it up. Alright. Woo! Alright, gosh. Bunch of counterspells pretty good, I've heard. It's not too bad. Pretty solid. Let's see if we can take a peek, see it says they're sideboarding here. They've got a lot of very powerful creatures to recommission and get back. That Oculus and the Jin. Pretty good. Let's see. It's 10 blockdowns for Dave. Sunfalls for Kevin. No? No Sunfalls? They're doing some Skrelv's Hives. Yeah, that's not too good here. Debating those Sunfalls. Does get those creatures nice and dead. Temple Lockdown is solid for Wave 2. So all of his creatures cost 3. It's just wipe your whole board. Get rid of all your creatures. Oh, and I'll keep mine too. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention that part. We gonna keep them. Invincible Floodmaw is fine. I mean, it's essentially just an unsummon in this matchup. He doesn't really, you don't really want to give him back the Saw. That would be really bad. Here, just have this removal spell back. No bigs. It's fine. Plus Temp Lockdown also just exiles it, so you have to worry about it flipping. We're going into the next game here. Given me on the play. Maybe we'll see a little bit more flashing this time. The classic Magic watching is just shuffling. More shuffling than playing Magic. Shuffling all the time. This is in Modern. All the fetch lands and everything. Whew. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. We're hanging out here waiting for players to finish shuffling here. Let's keep in mind we got another big tournament here coming up. The TCS Rocket Series. November 9th is going to be Modern. So we just had our sealed yesterday. Decided not to do some streaming for that. But we got Modern up and coming, so we'll see if we see any recurring faces that we've seen a couple times already. If we get some new faces in the top 8, some new decks. All right, starting off here, looks like we got that good old Siren. Yeah, I gotta keep it. All right, we've got Island. Into the Floodmaw. Scrum Coast. Ooh, double of those. That's pretty good. Jam for 1. Leave open some mana. It's alright. Got to the 3. It's a magic number. Can temp lockdown. Get a picklock prankster in a turn. Can mill some goodies. Oh, and then there's an adventure token too. I just completely whiff on all 4 of those. That's pretty brutal. Thing on triple chart a course. The course is being charted. Can we just jam Jin here as a blocker? No, I'm gonna just chart a course. Play it safe. Alright, now we're going to do some exploring. Now that we got that 4th mana, leave open that sweet 3. And that is going to be the third Sheltered by Ghosts he has. So yeah, it's one Spark Mage Rescue and then two Sheltered by Ghosts. Okay, now he's going to try to bounce it. Now do you want to shelter it? Yeah, he's just going to let it go. We've opened the Tidebinder for maybe something a little bit more spicy. Chart of course again. Discard the Djinn. Lots of ways to get those back, so I don't need to worry about it right now. Just gonna flash in a Tidebinder. Draw. Jam for 3. Ooh, okay. Get some draw. Ooh, Inadequate Wastes. Borderless. Can't even see the art. Can't temp lock down any of those. Picklock. Also on Adventure still. Picklock. Away silent. Archive. Both of those Picklock pranksters both. Oh my gosh. They're both whips. It's gonna jam it as a blocker. Yeah, that 4-3 is pretty good. And a 3-2. Getting sheltered by ghosts here. Woo. Yeah. Shauna's. Yeah, get rid of it. Up for 8. Jam for 8, gain 8. Looking good. Yeah, Dave's not sitting on a whole lot of action here. So he's going to draw 2 additional cards here, too. Kind of running away here. He still has the Interrupter. Gonna try to go for a temp lockdown here. He can get his prankster back, get rid of the siren map. Gonna jam a prankster. See if we can hit something. Okay, and in the flood maw. There's a spell. 3 steps ahead. There's a spell. Oh, okay, cool. I need to return it. Get that back. Get the Djinn back. He's probably fine with this. Still sitting on 2 sheltered by ghosts, so. Oh, we're gonna get the Oculus. Sleight of hand. Bottom the Oculus. No, keep the Oculus. This gets to manifest dread at the end of turn. I mean, probably just take the Djinn, because why not? Really, it doesn't really matter, but like, sure. Draw. Here's another one. Yeah. All right. Kevin's going to take that one. Multiple Sheltered by Ghosts, plus drawing a bunch of cards. Then during trick activity is pretty good. Drawing so many extra cards. Dave not drawing a lot of action there. He's rethinking those temp lockdowns. Didn't quite do what he was expecting to do. Because he already knew about Tashana's and the Aven Interrupter, so really just hit the Siren, so to know that there was a lot of other creatures that were way too big. And so, taking those right out. Kevin's thinking about switching something around here. He's switching out some of the Shelter by Ghosts. Yeah. Bringing back in the Saw Blades. And then the room. It's definitely an interesting one. Which one does this one do exactly? Oh yeah, a little bit of a board wipe, and then it gives your stuff hexproof. Pretty expensive, but good old shuffling up these two Azorius decks. It's always the best when you can see them that they're talking. We just have no idea what they're talking about. Just nothing. No audio on their end. Like, what would they be talking about? They're talking about what they're gonna have for lunch. They're talking about the game. That's a shuffle in chat. All right, so we got Dave's gonna be on the play for this one. Ooh, the ninja cut. We got 7 here. We have not a single land in that hand. Not a single land was to be seen. Dave's sitting on a Djinn. Tapoetic Fairways. Almost the opposite. Archive, Double Island, Double Wastes, Oculus, and Djinn. Oof. Yeah, also not particularly good. Both players going to ship those away. Not feeling either of those. I don't blame them at all. Getting rid of it. I just want to see some. I want to see some nut draws for both of these players. I want to see Kevin with the turn 1, 2, 3, 4 curve out deck and draw 3 cards with Enduring Creativity. And then Dave gets like slide a hand and then turn 2 like bin a Djinn and then next turn reanimate Djinn. Like, woo! See the goods. See the spicy plays. Dave's satisfied with that shuffling. Alright, let's see some better hands here. Dave's got an island and a sleight of hand, so that's already pretty good. Not much else going on. Chart of Course, Djinn, Double Recommission. And Kevin sitting on 3 lands. Fabled, Restless Anchorage, Seachrome Island. Oh, 4 lands. Then Spark Mage's Rescue. Yeah, I gotta ship a land. It's keeping. Both players keeping. Alright. What are we shipping, Dave? Shipping a Charter Course. This slider hand will save me. Double land, easy. Ooh, island. Ooh, that's not a white source, though. Seachrome into Siren. Hey. Another island. Another versus Anchorage. These are definitely some weird draws. Game for 2. Just pass. Leave it open Spark Mage's Rescue just in case. Oh, there's a land, and it's a white source. Let's put the into the flood maw into the yard. Yeah. Ooh, Prankster 2. Is he prankstering first or archiving first? Guess I'll just jam a Jin. It's only a 2/4, but next turn it can be a lot bigger. It's gonna open up a lot more mana options for him later on too. So if he doesn't have removal. This is Tidebinder. No answer to it from Kevin's side. It's got Tidebinder and Explore. Plains. It's gonna ship it. Alright. We're gonna surveil first. Can double Picklock Prankster this turn. Keeping it. I think I like Picklock Prankstering first. Just because now that Surveil was just useless, because you were just going to mill it for 4 anyway. Well, don't hold on to it. Malcolm! What are you doing, Malcolm? Ooh. Okay. During creativity. Draw some cards. You just have to snap off one of those Picklock Pranksters now. Hope for a counterspell. Yeah, Phantom Interference. There we go. It's a very easy Phantom Interference. Yep. Counter unless you take 2, please. Still take 3, though. How big is this bad boy? 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 6. Woo! Be hitting like a truck next turn. You got a Picklock Prankster also. Again. Oculus. Parlor. Jin. Nada. It's end of the Flood Maw. Could recommission an Oculus here. 6/6 to manifest every single turn isn't too bad. Yeah. Get an extra spell in the yard too. Yeah. Pretty good. He's got some answers too with the end of the Flood Maw. Jam for a bunch of damage. Use my 6/6 flyer. Doing this upkeep? Yeah. Making that a more obvious. Just a 6/6, you know. No bigs. Into the Flood Maw. Vouch down behind her back. Block the Malcolm. Then another Jin. He's another Jin. Jam. Have to block. Block the Jin. Taking 6. Second gen. Just gonna let him have it. He's like, sure. Simple. Yeah. Wiping it out. It's like, all right. So has a monastery mentor too. Hopefully we can draw some more action though. 2 Jin Oculus plus Manifest token. Ain't bad. It's an Oculus. Okay. Thinking here. It's a Jin. Okay. Making future gens smaller, but at least leaving the option to have all those creatures. Like, okay. I know he's sitting on Tidebinder, so. Still big. Still 5/5. Still bigger than that incubation token. Saying. Okay, I'm gonna go tap Anchorage. Attack for 4? Ooh, because he has the Spark Mages. So he could just give a +1/+1. You want to risk it? You want to risk it? You want to trade? Yeah. That's probably right. Yeah. One drop spell here. Yeah, 3 steps ahead. Just gonna jam some of these. Let's see what that was from Kevin. Yeah, it's like sure. Attack for 2. Activate and anchor it. Mm-hmm. I just block them all day. Just block, block. I was gonna double block one. Living on the edge. Wait, now's your time to cast Mentor. Is that a decently healthy life total here? Archive, Surveil. Surveillance, so good. Been in that Fable Passage. No extra land drops. I don't care sitting on an Interrupter, so. 3? Take 3? See what we got. Ooh, okay. That ain't bad. Get back an Oculus. Trigger the Mentor. I think probably Oculus is the better one. Everybody counter it. Yeah, I think countering probably is good here. Prowess triggers and such. A monk! Kitty cat monk. It's gonna be no cards, so yeah, I'm gonna counter it. Make another dude. Another prowess trigger. I got a game going on. Can I attack with Mentor here? It's a 4/4. You can only block with. You can only activate one anchorage, so. You manifest. You have 2 monk with that, so you can block Tidebinder. But if it does double activates the anchorages, and that's still not enough. Because it sells the Prankster, and it has Vigilance too. Okay, attacking with both. This forces him to block with Mentor. Keep the normal one. I want to get want my boardless one on board still. Upkeep. Put this down. Give it the good old tappy tap. Malcolm. Yep. And that's gonna be it. Woo! That last game was a doozy. That was a good one. Both players coming back and fighting and trading cards and blows, and it's great. Woo! Alrighty. Well, that's our round 2. We've got 2 more rounds. Like I said, we got 4 rounds today, so we got 2 more rounds Magic. There will be no cut to top 8 for this event. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit, so don't go anywhere and hang out for some more sweet standard Magic playing. See you guys in a bit.
I want to take a quick second to say thank you for tuning into the TC's Rockets channel. Here on Twitch, we mainly stream live, paper Magic the Gathering tournaments, as well as the occasional Pokemon or Lorcana tournament. One of our favorite tournaments of the year is actually 9 tournaments long, and it's called the Rocket Series. And you could be watching it right now. I had a chance to ask the 2-time champion of the series a couple questions about it. Let's see what Chaz Tanner had to say.
The Rocket Series is a culmination of tournaments over the course of 8 months where you get to come play with your friends in competitive formats, try to win, get a token made, and a play mat. Come play with your friends and me and all the other competitive players that you've been watching over the last 3 years. To me, the Rocket Series is a great chance to come to TC's Rockets, hang out with friends, get great food from next door, and play competitive Magic that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten to play. There's a lot of circuits on the East Coast that I don't get to play in because I can't travel. But fortunately, right in my own back door, $1,000 tournaments all the time.
You know, I couldn't have said it any better myself. We are in the 4th season of the Rocket Series, and it's already becoming one of the best ones yet. Part of this is thanks to Voltex. Voltex has become our store's favorite brand of binders and deck boxes. Their card binders are the best way to organize, store, and trade your cards. Put your freshly sleeved cards into their safe side-loading pockets to keep them safe while showing them off in a beautiful way. With well over 10 colors to choose from, 4, 9, and 12 pocket options, there's something for everyone. Voltex, with their new deck boxes, has also become the perfect choice to transport, store, and play your decks. Put your sleeved deck inside and you can be confident that is where it will stay until you're ready to play. Voltex's side-loading deck box is a great way to keep 100 sleeved cards easily accessible. Being able to mix and match with their game box makes things easy and effortless. We also want to thank DualSpec for supporting the series. To be a champion, you gotta play like one with DualSpec sleeves. With top-tier protection and top-tier performance, you can stay in the game longer with unmatched durability. With 100 sleeves per pack, smooth shuffling, and a textured back, what's not to love? Check out DualSpec's X account at DualSpec_PG for all the details. Winning any of our preliminary tournaments not only gets you some cash, but also some great prizes from Voltex and DualSpec as well. So when do you get to join on the fun or watch it online? We'll have 8 events over the course of 8 months, ranging in different formats throughout. Every event will be streamed live on Twitch and uploaded to watch online shortly after. After the 8 events, the players who have scored the most points will cut to a top 16 on April 26th. From there, a champion will be crowned the winner of the 4th Rocket Series. If you want to keep track of the players' points, head to tcsrockets.com to see the standings after every tournament. And if you'd like to see the deck list of the top 8 after every event, tcsrockets.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy our stream. I'm Chase, and I'll see you next time.
Can I see you a minute, please? Leave the car here. Only the beginning. Perhaps unwillingly. No further details available at this time.
You can't. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Yo, everybody, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us for a little bit. We got our round 3 of our standard store championship here at TCS Rockets. We have 2 returners. We have Gerardo on the right playing some Jund mid-range, and then we have Dave on the left playing some Azorius Tempo. So both of the players are ready. We just picked who was at the top seeds here since we're only doing these 4 rounds today. We got our players presenting here, already ready to go. See if we can take a little peek at what they're working with. It's in on Blackcleave, Dracosaur, Glissa, Go for the Throat, Copperline Gorge, another Go for the Throat, and a Fear Missing Out. Day looks like we got a Seacrum Coast, Double Gin, Oculus, Island. Both players keeping. All right. Off to the races here. Trying another Seachrome. 3 steps ahead. Oh, he's just going to discard Oculus? Ooh, I like this. It's very risky, but it's also... Because, Gerardo has the Go for the Throat, so... He's just going to go for Fear Missing Out. Discard a Dracosaur. He's going to go to reanimate it. Going to be very swiftly dreaded. Attack for 2. Yeah. It's like, my 2/2 is probably more worth it if I do something else with it. Yeah. Tap line is going to pass. Yeah, I think snapping off the Growth of Throat here now is better, just so that it doesn't give him a chance to untap and maybe draw something to protect it. And land. He's got a couple things. He has 3 steps ahead. He's in on Double Gin too, so get that graveyard nice and full. It's the other counterspell. Gonna try to draw a card here. Like, okay, yeah, sure. The Blooming Marsh. He's also gonna try to jam it. Doesn't have another 2-drop. Just depends if he wants to leave open the Blackcleave. Yeah, he's gonna leave that up. Another Gin. Gonna bend the Gin. Debating here. Got a couple options. Bottom of the football. Get his turn. It's nice because he'll be able to attack first. See if his opponent wants him to not yet, but the chart of course just be a 2-mana draw 2. Jamming first is probably better. Let's see if he wants to do that. Oh, he's just gonna go straight chart of course to draw 2, discard 1. And this is the 4th Gin. Does that recommission to a land there would have been pretty nice. Gonna keep trading some blows. No, he's gonna leave it up. For Springs here for Gerardo. You're missing out being a 2/3. Also helps a lot. Oh, Prankster. Okay. Yeah, not particularly good card to have down. Alright, now he's in on 5. Going for a Glissa here. Leave open the Go for the Throat. Land here would be real nice. Do you want to go for the recommission, or do you want to go for the one drop and leave up on a counter spell? So many options. Yeah. Needs a hand. The back in Oculus tapped. Just gonna try to snap it off. We're gonna counter it. Cool. And now does not have another removal spell, so manifest. So land, truth. See, draw another land for drawer. Not great draws here. A bunch of lands here. He's still jammed for a pretty good amount of damage with activating his cottage. But I mean, I don't know if you just want to get that shelter down. See if this has any answer to it while your opponent with counter spells is tapped out. Yeah. Leave it open 2. Tap a turn. Jam it for 5. It's gonna block Sheldred. Alrighty. Full board. Prankster. Gonna recommission a Jin. Kind of stuck at the moment. Just another Oculus. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm debating Jin. I think I like Oculus here a little bit more. Fills your board out. Yeah. Then I don't get to manifest it twice. Attacking here too. 19, 14. Manifesting Dread twice. That's 1. 2. Soul Shatter. Interesting. Got any answer? What was that bad boy? Got 11 damage in the air. It's not quite lethal.
I do not believe so.
And slam. Double block here. And how much damage he wants to take here. Block. Even the Oculus back. I wanted to put that extra Oculus into blocking that so the Oculus stays big. Taken 5. Yeah. Like, okie doke. Archive. Surveil. Got 3 steps ahead. It's a pretty good one here. It's making extra Oculuses. Just gonna end up losing it. Oh, another Oculus. Oh, okay. What's better than 1 Oculus? 2. And what's better than 2? 3. Not having an untapped land here feels bad. prankster into another reanimating an Oculus. Those are his eyeballs. Instead of sitting on 3 chins, too. So close, though. It's essentially at 3. Chin's huge. Get rid of Sheldred. Feel bad trading off your Jin for a Sheldred, but we should have blocked with an Oculus last turn just to save off some damage. And now this turn he's essentially forced to block the Sheldred and kill it, so he just doesn't die. Ship it. Let's see, try to get something good. Upkeep. Let's do some manifesting. Just pop it in there. Yes. Still no dudes. It's a prankster. Oh, that would have been super nice. Have that recommissioned. Get back into the Oculus. Alright, full boards on both sides. Let's just lose the Jin just to be lethal. There's a cut down, which kills. It's only a 2/2. Just to manifest red token. Just eat a bunch of these creatures. Yeah. Cut down one right now.
Paradox Swift and Obsidian Flames, only one left. But those are all $5, and we have Starlight base sets.
Yeah, he's got the cottage. Alright, so I'm presuming seeing an attack for everything here. We have to block Oculus on Sheldred and Cottage. Jin on Fear, and then the 2/2 on Glissa. I think that's fine. Block here, block here. One's Hellbent. Still 5, so you have to kill Sheldred. Yeah, block there. And then block Dread Knight or Fear. Taking 2 and going to 3. And then you still get a bunch of your creatures hanging around. First strike damage is dead. It's even bigger now. There's a trade. They'll die, and these will die. Alright, looks like Dave's got this game here. Dredo's sitting on none. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a lot of damage. And he's got a prankster too, if he wants to deal even more damage. Yep, I'm just gonna scoop it up here. Alright, Dave's gonna take game 1 here. multiple eyeballs help. Apparently, help you stabilize, making a bunch of tutus, manifesting dread, filling up the graveyard, making those gins just absolutely gigantic. Crackling Drake, eat your heart out. Gins, to the time of the gins now. Take a look at sideboard. Looks like he's got the enters in the side. Which artist thinking he's going to take out some of the cut downs. That makes the mentors a little bit better. We're looking at Nissa's. Nissa's not too bad. Flyers helps, but it just costs a bunch of mana. Better than removal spells that you feel like don't do anything. They're going for some Terra Sunders as well. Yeah, cut down's coming out. Critical Sword doesn't do too much. Eliana's not particularly good when they just sack a Prankster. Yeah. Taking those cut downs. Get out of here. I don't want to kill a bunch of tutus when your 5/5 is swinging at me in the air. Yeah, Virtue's always an awkward cut too, because it does still kill the tutus. It's a good late game. Gives you options for later on. Like you can snipe it off early if they like do play something smaller. Just because you haven't seen one doesn't mean they don't have it. We're doing some hand disruption here. Gonna give some gifts and take some cards for free. Taking out Liliana's always awkward against the graveyard decks. It's like, oh, I'll discard a spell. My Jin is that much bigger. Oh, okay. Discarded Oculus, reanimate it. Oh, okay. That's great. It's fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. Always a classic shuffling. Hopefully everybody will see you for the Modern tournament next month on the 9th. Maybe streaming that one too. It'll be the third tournament in the TCS Rockets series. So it'll be a good time. Then too, we'll probably have another caster on here, so there's a little bit of other people going on. Alright, Charter ready to go. Still shuffling up. Making sure it is sufficiently shuffled, fully randomized. Ready. Looks like Llanowar Waste, Terra Sunder, Black Cleave, Bloomin' Marsh. Oh, Snapkeeping. So we can get the classic. So Archive. Is that Sleight of Hand? It's Verge, Counterspell. Okay, cool. Alrighty, keeping the Sleight of Hand. Do a Dreadnought. We want to snap off a Sleight of Hand here, leave open a Counterspell. I like looking. Yeah. Oh, he's got the moment of truth too, so. Another Sulfur Spring. Oof. Dashing for 3. Monster Tread Knight, putting in work. Let's see, Llanowar Wastes. All these borderless knights are pretty. Yeah. That is a Quench. Another Archive. Let's debating if we want Archive here. I don't think we really need 3 yet, right? Well, just gonna leave it up. So we can Sleight of Hand this turn, as well as leave open the Counterspell. Ooh, just gonna leave it. Interesting. Let's see, Glissa. Ah, it's gonna pass, okay. Truth. The truth. Okay. Take a land. Get a spell. Bottom of land. Recommission. Then another archive. That a Verge. Looks like a Verge. Oh, he's gonna archive again. Oculus. Dull. Thinking. He's gonna bin it. Okay, sword partition. Oh, more removal. This one we see the sleight of hand. It's like, yep. 2 lands. Alright, I guess you take an Oculus. Need a little bit of action there. And the good old classic Passeruni. Back for 3. Dread Knight's doing work. Dealt 9 damage so far. Let's see what Gemina. Lissa. It's a good one. Counter unless you pay 2, please. Okay. It's sitting on a Terra Sunder, so we'll be able to answer that Oculus. And it exiles it too, which is going to be real good. Probably would have liked saving the counterspell, because now he has enough mana to still cast it. That counterspell didn't really do much. Just gonna put another Oculus face down, seems sick. Oh, okay. An Oculus in the yard. Sure. Sure. Trail. Okay. Just a bunch of reanimation stuff. It's not working at Sarah Center. You will be able to get back his Preacher, which is pretty sick. Yeah. Is a gift being offered? Don't think he is. No gift is being offered. Take one of my multiple reanimation spells. So I'm gonna go for Terrace Under and free damage. Yeah. Exile that bad boy. Another one waiting in the wings at least. Attack with both. I think now's a good time to block the Dread Knight. Yeah. We won't be able to get it back now. There's just no the mana for it. Still take 3, should still be fine.
All these are 5, so it's 6. Okay. 1.
That's the turn.
We have this one.
Oh, and a 3 steps ahead. Woof! That's a good one. Yeah, helping hand, get back Oculus. Still have the counterspell mana plus. Maybe a copy would be real nice. Counter and copy. No removal spells for Charter though. Did get another Dread Knight. There we go. Lots of options here. I'm gonna try to draw something, draw a removal spell. And it's gonna block. No value. Alright. Fear of missing out. That ain't too bad. So many pain lands, though. Gotta really manage that mana really well. Fear of missing out. How delirious is he? Not very delirious. He's just kind of hanging out until a removal spell tries to get played. Very tempting. Just gonna let it resolve. Draw Gix. Then he's gonna take one. Itty bitty boy. Tapped out. Making another Oculus end of turn. Yeah, double Oculus seems pretty good. Hitting for a bunch of damage in the air. Eyeball doodle. Eyeball doodle. Yeah. Yeah. We love to see it. Eyeball. Eyeball. A plus. Love it. So good. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Land. Not great. Alright, sure. Just hack for 10 and pass? Should be okay, right? Surely. Surely we'll be okay. Let's do some manifest dreading. Interference in flooded maw? Okay. Mission and a land. Not great manifest dreads. Being able to pitch Jins and mentors and more eyeballs would be fantastic, but fortunately not. Spheroland's always very tempting to play. I have Gix now. Maybe we can hit a land off the Surveil. It does have creature, instant sorcery. Yeah. Well, fuck. Nada. Yeah, there's a handshake. Woo! Oh my gosh. Some great games. Holy moly. Counter spells. It's no removal from Gerardo's end to be able to deal with those eyeballs. Always kind of rough. Those eyeballs are pretty good. I mean, 5/5 flyers hit like trucks, and then also making 2/2s every single of your opponent's turns is pretty solid. So, kind of running away with the game there. So, we got one more round. It'll probably be Dave again, since I think he's the only undefeated player besides the next undefeated player. So, we'll figure out who that is. So, we'll see you guys in just a little bit for our final round of our Store Champs Standard Tournament. See you guys in a bit.
I want to take a quick second to say thank you for tuning into the TC's Rockets channel. Here on Twitch, we mainly stream live, paper Magic the Gathering tournaments, as well as the occasional Pokemon or Lorcana tournament. One of our favorite tournaments of the year is actually 9 tournaments long, and it's called the Rocket Series. And you could be watching it right now. I had a chance to ask the 2-time champion of the series a couple questions about it. Let's see what Chaz Tanner had to say.
The Rocket Series is a culmination of tournaments over the course of 8 months where you get to come play with your friends in competitive formats, try to win, get a token made, and a playmat. Come play with your friends and me and all the other competitive players that you've been watching over the last 3 years. To me, the Rocket Series is a great chance to come to TC's Rockets, hang out with friends, get great food from next door, and play competitive Magic that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten to play. There's a lot of circuits on the East Coast that I don't get to play in because I work, can't travel, but fortunately, right in my own back door, $1,000 tournaments all the time.
You know, I couldn't have said it any better myself. We are in the 4th season of the Rocket Series, and it's already becoming one of the best ones yet. Part of this is thanks to Voltex. Voltex has become our store's favorite brand of binders and deck boxes. Their card binders are the best way to organize, store, and trade your cards. Put your freshly sleeved cards into their safe side-loading pockets to keep them safe while showing them off in a beautiful way. With well over 10 colors to choose from, 4, 9, and 12 pocket options, there's something for everyone. Voltex, with their new deck boxes, has also become the perfect choice to transport, store, and play your decks. Put your sleeved deck inside and you can be confident that is where it will stay until you're ready to play. Voltex's side-loading deck box is a great way to keep 100 sleeved cards easily accessible. Being able to mix and match with their game box makes things easy and effortless. We also want to thank DualSpec for supporting the series. To be a champion, you gotta play like one with DualSpec sleeves. With top-tier protection and top-tier performance, you can stay in the game longer with unmatched durability. With 100 sleeves per pack, smooth shuffling, and a textured back, what's not to love? Check out DualSpec's X account at DualSpec_PG for all the details. Winning any of our preliminary tournaments not only gets you some cash, but also some great prizes from Voltex and DualSpec as well. So when do you get to join on the fun, or watch it online? We'll have 8 events over the course of 8 months, ranging in different formats throughout. Every event will be streamed live on Twitch and uploaded to watch online shortly after. After the 8 events, the players who have scored the most points will cut to a top 16 on April 26th. From there, a champion will be crowned the winner of the 4th Rocket Series. If you want to keep track of the players' points, head to tcsrockets.com to see the standings after every tournament. And if you'd like to see the deck list of the top 8 after every event, tcsrockets.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy our stream. I'm Chase, and I'll see you next time.
is all I can think of.
Five feet.
one. Very soon, right here on this island, is going to be a miniature reproduction of an overpopulated world.
All right, everybody. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. I could not see anything, so kind of difficult to talk about what's going on if you can't see it. Welcome to our final round. We have Dave back. He was the other undefeated player playing against Emilio. He looks like not playing some Judgment Range. Looks like he's playing some Domain. And then Dave playing the Zorius Temple that we've seen. Some more eyeballs we're checking out here. So Emilio starting off with the Surveil Land, the Hedge Mage. We're going to want to sack here. Sleight of hand. Can we get a recommission or a something? Okay, he's going to take the truth. See, fetching for a forest. Maybe not domain. No, there it is, domain. Okay. Updating it. Perfect. Okay, got a track set. Looks like beans. Angel. Let me see up to the beanstalk this turn. Yep. Gonna draw. Another Fable Passage. Yep. Let's do a little bit of fixing here. And we're gonna draw. It's like a Jin. That's a good one. And go for a Surveil. Addercar Wastes. It's like an untapped land. Keeping land always feels really weird though, because it's like, do I really want this land? Reanimate my Oculus. Go ahead. Get into planes. Domain's now at 3. He's like, yeah, that's gonna happen, so just go ahead. Another sleight of hand. Continue on. Let it get lost. That's pretty good. To get that Oculus lost. It's not much else here. It's gonna pass. Kind of like hitting the get lost there now. I mean, I guess Dave doesn't really have another land to be able to have a counter spell up, but it's a Phantom Interference. I'm just keeping it. In case this Oculus does die and then he gets to draw it next turn. No? Huh? Trashing it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Send on double steps ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna get lost. Definitely unfortunate, but what you gonna do? 2 map tokens. It's the map. Attack for 2. The slow grind. I do got some options here. Still has a moment of truth. Another land would probably be pretty nice for him. It's like an Overlord of the Haunt Moors for Emilio. Let's see, 5. What do we got? Lord of the Duskwood. Duskwood? I always forget which one's which. Make an everywhere token. Domain. Active from 1 card. These overlords have been really great. Pick Lock Prankster in a turn. Get back another Pick Lock. Go ahead, untap land, not bad. Thing with that dust, the Overlord is going to be rough though. Gene. The gin is big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know that Amelia has another land, so we'll be able to. Is that a cavern in his hand? Cavern to Atraxa? Seems pretty good. Pretty good amount of options, but all of them are good. Just snap block. Using magic backs with the everywhere token, because those are apparently real hard to get, real hard to find. Let's see, he's just gonna get lost the gin here. Just get a prankster here. Recommish, that's pretty good. Gets back his Oculus. Gets back the eyeball. Amelia does have a binding too, which is unfortunate for Dave. Draw wastes. He does have counter up though, which is nice. He'll be able to recommish and then still have the 3 steps ahead up. He's probably debating if he just wants to get the Jin. Jin hits a little harder, but the Oculus will kind of stave off some damage here from the Overlord. Yeah. It's gonna go for recommission. Oh, which lands are we tapping? Tapping the wastes. Just in cases. Okay, it's going for Jen. It's gonna go for binding here. Counter it. Want some moment of truth first. Go straight up counterspell. Okay. It's like, yep. What did you draw? What did you draw from? Oh, the beans. It's kind of hanging off to the side there. It's been so long. Cast the truth. Okay, still recommission, which is pretty good. And there we go. Not too shabby. Live everywhere. Still got plenty of mana. Shadowy Backstreet tapped. Another beans. Get rid of it. We have enough beans here. 7 for another Overlord. This is looking pretty rough. Pretty rough for Dave here. Just Overlord domain. Into the Floodmaw. That's not too bad. Recommission. Now Oculus? Oculus box that you used to. Yeah, it's big boy. Also load up on a bunch of Oculuses. Very tempting. Second map, maybe try to go for a land. Making your Oculus huge. Just block everything. Surely he doesn't have another binding, right? It is a Sunfall. It's got a good grip of lands. Sufficiently domained. 6. Angel. Alrighty. Let's kill Prankster. Damage for a bunch. Into the Floodwater. Mistmore's Overlord. I'm still sitting at 22. Just going to make 2 more 2-1s. Yep. Thinking what we got here. Time is running out. Just forget the Oculus too. Seacrum Ghost, that's not particularly good. An untapped land would be fine, but just another Oculus. Because in this way you get to survive another turn. And block. Is it still not enough though? Block 6/5 with a 2/2. And then he can block only 2 creatures in the air, and he's got 3. No, that still does it. He'd go to 2. And then just brings her. Cool. Okay. Just slowly recovering here. This Atraxa is going to probably be changing that, but I just think they missed their Overlord trigger at the end of his last turn, too. Get some dudes. Alright, Amelia, what we got? Another angel. Another angel and make the game over. So much mana. All the mana. It's 5. It's going for Sunfall first. I just want to make the biggest token possible. Make it well beyond lethal. Yeah, and then Atraxa. Alright, Dave, what we got? Alrighty. Lots of options. There's a sorcery. There's an enchantment. There's a creature. And then any land. Any land your heart desires. What are you feeling? Surveil land. Still not too bad. He's got to contend with a 10/10 and a 7/7 with only a Djinn in hand, so. Let's see. And rescue, that definitely helps. It doesn't feel great. Gene.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
Open hand. Back one of the other eyes. Is there another Oculus in there? I don't think there is. Just another Djinn. These Djinns are still huge. That doesn't help. So that makes it tapped. And Oculus was really the only thing that got him there. It would have activated a map first. Play Djinn, activate on the map. If you hit an Oculus, then you're like, okay, cool, we have another turn, because I can block this 10/10 and the 7/7 now. It's going to activate it. Phase 2. Get a land. Activate it again. So partition. So reveal. I think he's just the dead zone. Oh yeah, just super dead. There's 4 rounds. Dave here is currently undefeated on the left at 3-0, and then Emilio, I believe, was 2-0-1 going into this round. I believe he had a draw earlier. This is the final round. And Emilio taking game 1 here, moving to sideboard. See what he's feeling about thinking in. Emilio bringing in. There's Nissa, Jace, Leylines, Jason Leylines. And then Dave looking at Mentors, Negates. Maybe Negates. Negates are pretty good. Counters the beans. Counters binding. He's feeling about taking on Phantom Interference. It always feels bad cutting counter spells when you want to counter cards, but Phantom Interference definitely gets very outclassed very quickly. Like, I don't really want to counter your ramp, and if I don't counter your ramp, then these cards don't do anything. They just do juice. I think they'll bring it in 4 negates. 4 whole negates. I can get behind that. It looks like taking out temp lockdowns, Traxa, bringing 4 ley lines, 2 throwbacks, and then 1 other card. Oh, the Jace. See how these work out. Resetting the graveyard instants and sorceries counter. Currently at 0. Hopefully we get a nice high number for that Jin to do some good old donking. Shuffling up for our game 2 here. Just as one last reminder, we got another tournament next month. TCS Rocket Series is going to be playing some Modern on November 9th. I'll definitely be here hanging around. Hopefully you guys will be too. Some sweet Modern group. I hope we get some new decks. We got some Duskmourn cards that we didn't get last time, so hopefully we get to see some more cool stuff. Milo satisfied with his shuffling. It was like, gotta draw a perfect hand, perfect 7 here. All the answers, all the threats. It's like 15 cards on him, easy. Alright, looks like Milo's got probably a ship. We got 1 land, Hedge Mage, and a Fable Passage. He's got an Overlord, which helps. What else he's got in there? Dave looks like sitting on just 1 land. Sleight of hand. Both players shipping it. Don't like him either. Yeah. I can definitely understand mulliganing both of those hands. Maybe if Emilio had 1 more land, because then essentially he's forced to use the Hedge Mage, and then if he doesn't hit a land, then that's unfortunate, obviously. And then he has a Fable Passage for a green source, which then puts him in a rough spot for trying to advance his game plan, but then also not having another land. 3 lands plus Overlord, we in it, we cooking. But any less than that, I can't really do too much. Dave, I think, just didn't have any blue lands. Just had the 1 Verge. Not worth the risk. Alright, Emilio's got Current Migration, Hedge Mage again, Cavern, Binding, and a Ley Line. Okay. And Dave on a Seachrome Ghost. No, Atticor Wastes. Woof woof. Going down even farther. Oh no. Emilio feels like keeping this one. Pretty close to the same hand. But you just have the Herd Migration and then Cavern for the Overlord, so that helps out a lot. Dave going down to 5. Never feels good. It's classic Magic, just shuffling all the time. Alright, let's see. Come on, Dave. That's about the same hand as every single other hand you've had. It's been an Atticor Wastes all 3 times. I'm pretty sure it has been. Also, this double recommission hand is going to be feeling real bad with... Oh my gosh, he's going to 4. Brutal. So... Oh, thanks. Thanks for praising the comment. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out. And I didn't really choose to do this alone. We just didn't have anybody else. So I thought I'd give you guys some good commentary, some good games, some sweet standard gameplay. So I'm definitely not going anywhere. See how 4 card hand works out for Dave. I don't really think that's gonna be good. We've seen him a couple times in this tournament. Ooh, double helping hand. Okay, with those lands and those spells, this isn't too bad. Okay. I mean, there could definitely be worse hands. That Jin is useless, though. An Oculus would have been great. Keeping. Alrighty. Free game effects. This landline is about to ruin this man's career. Just gotta make one more pitch here. Keeping 3 lands helping him. 3 lands and Stone Cold nothing. I mean, he's got Into the Flood Maw, so he'll be able to bounce the landline later on, but at least for the couple of turns of setup, it's gonna be nothing. Start with landline. Okay, so yeah, pitch on the land. Yeah, because now I can't go Archive, mill into Oculus, turn 2 Oculus, just like, ooh. Surveil. Just a little bit of digging. That works. Surveilling. Oh, getting the plane solid. Truth. Helping hand, not doing anything. Island, land. Oh my gosh. Okay, take the Sea Chrome. This is always one nice thing about Crackling Drake that we always miss is that it also checked exile. I feel like landline on the board didn't do nothing. Like, let's just play this O4. Doesn't do anything. Yeah. Definitely good. Get that ramp. The soul partition. Technically got a lot of mana. Grouch dropped the game room closes in 30 minutes. Oh. Okay. Sweet. Should get exiled. E. I was gonna prankster. Just shipping it. Pass the turn. It was a binding. That's pretty good. Just thinking about responding to it after the fact. What are we thinking here? What's going on? What's happening here? What's going on? What are they asking about? Oh, they're asking Jer. Does this get exiled or does it not get exiled? Okay. Back to your regularly scheduled broadcast. Good luck, Prankster. Ooh, negate. Give me that negate. Leave that bad boy up. You're like, yeah. Binding this. And getting some damage. You want to go for a second line? It's a Sunfall. He wants to keep it. Keeping Sunfall. Playing another Overlord. More mana. Way more mana. Go to end step. Wastes. Hand this other Jin back. I'm just looking here. The Prankster. Deck for 2. Bind. Put him in a bind. You just let him have one, right? Yeah. Sunfall's more dangerous. Sorry, this is round 4. Emilio, I believe, is 2-0-1, and then Dave was 3-0. It's our final round. Play this ley line for 6. Missing those Overlord triggers. Gotta remember those. There you go. Is that a land? Oh, not looking good for Dave. Time for this to Verge. Perfect time to just Sunfall, clear the way. Yeah. It's only a 2-2, but 2 for 1s, and then doesn't hit his Overlords in any consecutive turns. Though, feeling this may be over pretty quick here. This Overlord's ready to rumble. Dave drawn. And negate. The best. Looks like this is looking good for Amelia here. Yeah, I flip that end turn. Attacking for 8. Play another Leyline of the Void. Negate. No Leylines for you. No thank you. Just gotta tap those. Oh yeah, I can see how I had to have flipped it. This is not competitive or anything, so it's very... Yeah, okay. Would have been able to do it anyway. Or are we going back? What's going on? What's happening? Like he's just saying, oh no, I didn't do it. Let's go back. It's inadequate wastes. That's the turn. Alright, now we flip it. Overlord Domains Beans. And then that is the damage. Oof. Rough beats. Definitely difficult. Oof. Well, Emilio's taking that down. That was our final round. Good job, all players today. I saw a couple people a couple times. But they were doing well, so we kept having them on. So we will be wrapping up here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys on November 9th for the Modern TCS Rocket Series. Don't forget about that. And we'll have some sweet commentary, sweet games. We will see you guys next month.
Hey, I want to take a quick second to say thank you for tuning into the TC's Rockets channel. Here on Twitch, we mainly stream live, paper Magic the Gathering tournaments, as well as the occasional Pokemon or Lorcana tournament. One of our favorite tournaments of the year is actually 9 tournaments long, and it's called the Rocket Series. And you could be watching it right now. I had a chance to ask the 2-time champion of the series a couple questions about it. Let's see what Chaz Tanner had to say.
The Rocket Series is a culmination of tournaments over the course of 8 months where you get to come play with your friends in competitive formats, try to win, get a token made, and a playmat. Come play with your friends and me and all the other competitive players that you've been watching over the last 3 years. To me, the Rocket Series is a great chance to come to TC's Rockets, hang out with friends, get great food from next door, and play competitive Magic that I wouldn't have otherwise gotten to play. There's a lot of circuits on the East Coast that I don't get to play in because I work, can't travel, but fortunately, right in my own back door, $1,000 tournaments all the time.
You know, I couldn't have said it any better myself. We are in the 4th season of the Rocket Series, and it's already becoming one of the best ones yet. Part of this is thanks to Voltex. Voltex has become our store's favorite brand of binders and deck boxes. Their card binders are the best way to organize, store, and trade your cards. Put your freshly sleeved cards into their safe side-loading pockets to keep them safe while showing them off in a beautiful way. With well over 10 colors to choose from, 4, 9, and 12 pocket options, there's something for everyone. Voltex, with their new deck boxes, has also become the perfect choice to transport, store, and play your decks. Put your sleeved deck inside and you can be confident that is where it will stay until you're ready to play. Voltex's side-loading deck box is a great way to keep 100 sleeved cards easily accessible. Being able to mix and match with their game box makes things easy and effortless. We also want to thank DualSpec for supporting the series. To be a champion, you gotta play like one with DualSpec sleeves. With top-tier protection and top-tier performance, you can stay in the game longer with unmatched durability. With 100 sleeves per pack, smooth shuffling, and a textured back, what's not to love? Check out DualSpec's X account at DualSpec_PG for all the details. Winning any of our preliminary tournaments not only gets you some cash, but also some great prizes from Voltex and DualSpec as well. So when do you get to join on the fun or watch it online? We'll have 8 events over the course of 8 months, ranging in different formats throughout. Every event will be streamed live on Twitch and uploaded to watch online shortly after. After the 8 events, the players who have scored the most points will cut to a top 16 on April 26th. From there, a champion will be crowned the winner of the 4th Rocket Series. If you want to keep track of the players' points, head to tcsrockets.com to see the standings after every tournament. And if you'd like to see the deck list of the top 8 after every event, tcsrockets.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy our stream. I'm Chase, and I'll see you next time.